Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be teaching you how to create a flight plan and submit a flight plan via PFControl. So the first question you might ask is, how do we get here? So let me show you how we get here. So the first thing you need to do is to join the PFATC network on Discord. Once you've verified yourself there, you need to look for the ATIS channel. If you scroll a bit down, you will find the ATIS channel over here. And what you need to look for the airport that you want to depart from. So I'm going to be departing from Punta Cana for this video. So you look for the Punta Cana ATIS, and if you scroll a bit up, I found it over here. So once you're here, you'll find the directing officer posting information about the airport they're handling and the crew they have. They posted information here of this thing, but this won't be useful for now. What will be useful for now is this: landing and departing runway 09. This will be the most important information now, and I'll tell you why. So now we know that runway 09 is being used by the ATC in Punta Cana. So we know which place to taxi from. So wherever we spawn, let's say we spawn over here, we know that we can taxi via Echo, Echo, Echo and reach runway 09 here. Instead of causing chaos in the airport and departing from runway 08 or departing via runway 27, the ATC has given us the information that runway 09 is being used for all departures and for all arrivals. Runway 09 is being used for both departures and arrivals, so we can flight plan accordingly. So for this video, we'd be going to Larnaca, and the most ideal way to go to Larnaca would be here. I'll show you a bigger demonstration, but for now, we depart from runway 09 and we follow Waypoint Merog. And once we're at Waypoint Merog, we go to KTOC. And to reach KTOC, we need to use a SID, which is called the Standard Instrument Departure. And our SID for this would be KTOC 2 Tango. So when following the KTOC 2 Tango SID, we leave Punta Cana airspace and reach Waypoint KTOC. Why I'm telling you this is for the waypoints. And the waypoint is used in PFControl, which we will show you now. So we're back here in PFControl and we have a bit of data now. So what we will do is put the data which we have over here. So the route we'll follow is this MDPC. For now, let's do this slowly. So this is the airport that we're going to be departing from, MDPC Punta Cana, following Waypoint Merog and reaching Waypoint KTOC. Now we want to know what's going to happen when we reach Larnaca airspace, and we're not just going to go into Larnaca and land in any runway we want. There is another ATIS provided by the controller in Larnaca on the runway in use. So let's look for the ATIS of Larnaca, so which runway to land on when we reach Larnaca. Alright, so we're back here in the Discord server and we're here in the ATIS channel, and if we scroll a bit down, we find Larnaca International Airport. So this is the ATIS for Larnaca. So when we look properly, we find that the landing and departing runway in use is runway 22. So that is important for us because we'll be landing in runway 22 to reach Larnaca. So let's look for it on the map. So this is the arrival procedure map for runway 22 at Larnaca. So what we'll be doing is following the NIMC 1 Romeo arrival procedure. So what we need to do is follow Waypoint NIMC, follow Waypoint Esri, follow Waypoint Betid, follow Waypoint Bosis, Amako, Sobos, all the way to Rokik, which is going to be our final waypoint. And once we reach this waypoint, we can align ourselves to the runway here, our ILS, and then land at runway 22 at Larnaca. The thing is, we need to follow these waypoints because we're going to file them now at PFControl. So the ATC and us can follow this route and reach runway 22 in an orderly and normal manner. If you want to know what these numbers mean, 3000, this small degrees thing here, and max 160 KT, there's another video which I've posted explaining these things and more in depth, and you can find it over here. So having those waypoints in mind, let's file them down here. So we would be following Merog, KTOC, Now it would be NIMSI, it would be Essery, it would be Betted, BOSIS, Amaco, Sobos, and Rokik. So with our route done, we can move on to our call sign. So when you spawn in Project Flight, you're automatically given a call sign which is above your plane. So for example, I would use one for example, it would be Kuwaiti 112. My call sign is KAC 112. That's simple. Next, my aircraft would be a 777, and my arrival airport would be Larnaca International Airport. Cruising flight level, let's say for example, I want to fly 5,000 feet. It would be 050. Only 3 digits are allowed here, but to be more realistic, I would put my flight level to be about 12,000 feet. So it would be 120. With that done, you can write your stand, which stand you would be spawning in. So my stand would be B43. And last but certainly not least would be IFR and VFR. So here's a video explaining IFR.
IFR versus VFR. Think of flying like delivering a pizza. VFR, visual flight rules, equals I'll follow the roads. You fly by looking outside. You follow highways, rivers, and landmarks. The weather must be clear. You need to see where you're going and stay out of clouds. Air traffic control, ATC, is like a helpful bystander giving suggestions, but you're mainly responsible for not hitting anything. This is best for short trips in great weather where you just want to take off and go. IFR, instrument flight rules, equals GPS turn-by-turn navigation. You fly by following your cockpit instruments and precise routes ATC gives you. The weather can be bad. You can fly through clouds and low visibility because you're following an electronic path. Air traffic control, ATC, is like the GPS dispatcher. They tell you exactly where to go, what altitude to fly, and they keep you separated from other traffic. This is best for longer trips, any weather, busy airspace, or flying at night. The bottom line is, choose VFR for a simple, visual, see and avoid flight on a clear day. Choose IFR for a structured, guided, follow-the-path flight, especially if the weather isn't perfect or you're going far. In Project Flight, if you're using the PFATC network, you'll usually file an IFR flight plan because it gives the controllers a clear route to manage and sequence you with other traffic, just like in real life. Think of it as choosing between driving yourself, VFR, and having a guided chauffeur, IFR.
So now you know what's the difference between IFR and VFR, so I suggest choosing IFR, which is already chosen here. And last would be remarks. If you have any additional remarks to give to your ATC, the ground or delivery, you go and write it here. So I would be departing via KTOC 2 Tango SID. So if you want to help the ATC know it quickly and give you the clearance as soon as possible, you can write that down. Write here that you're a new player, whatever you feel comfortable with. So there you go. You created and submitted your flight plan here on PFControl. Here's a video if you're new to PFATC. Thanks for watching.